Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night at Glasgow Middle School this September 2020. If you need a translation in Spanish or Arabic, the instructions are on this page. My name is Anastasia Criswell and I teach 6th and 7th grade French at Glasgow Middle School. I will begin by telling you a little about myself. I grew up in London, England. I went to high school in London. I received my joint honours degree in French and German, and my education degree is from Cambridge University. This is my 25th year in teaching, my 14th in Fairfax County, my 3rd year at Glasgow. World languages are my interest and passion. I speak fluent English, French, German, Greek, and a little Spanish. I try to instill this love of languages in my students. I try to encourage my students to speak as much as possible and to say whatever they're able to in French. We do not expect perfection in 6th and 7th grade French, but any little bit that they can say is always an advantage. I ask them to draw on their own experiences, specifically from other languages. Most of our students in Glasgow are bilingual, and I make connections where possible with the language spoken at home to English and to French. If the students are willing to collaborate orally, that's always an advantage. Students should also review their vocabulary frequently, as learning a foreign language is an ongoing process. The vocabulary builds upon itself. It is not a series of unrelated topics, but rather a progression of vocabulary. Students should ask for help. They may ask me during the synchronous sessions, they may chat during the sessions, or they may ask me privately through email after class. In Introduction to French in 6th grade, we learn some basic conversation, and we do a lot of culture on the Francophone countries and different aspects of those countries. We talk about where French comes from, where English comes from, where indeed languages come from. In the 7th grade course, French 1A is part of the French 1 high school course, and French 1 is indeed a high school credit class. In French 1A, we will cover salutations, hobbies. Students will learn to talk about themselves and their families, and also be able to describe their school schedules, what school classes they take, and what they think about each of their classes. There are formative and summative assessments in world language. Formative assessments are the small checks and assessments we do going along as we progress through a unit. The summative assessments are the accumulation of the skills learned in all those formative assessments. School report cards will also give some pointers as to students' behaviour and organisation. In 7th grade, the students will receive asynchronous homework. My information on Blackboard 24/7 includes the syllabus, my email, which is also here, my office hours. Those are Monday at 10 a.m. or Thursday after school at 2:30 p.m. The weekly lesson grids are also posted on Blackboard 24/7. In addition, I will be posting work on the Google Classroom page, and the students will be submitting many of their assignments through Google Classroom. Please ask your students what they are learning and perhaps help them how to complete where to find the assignments that they need to complete. As I say, the lesson grids are posted weekly on Blackboard 24/7, and you can look at those to see what work is due for each class. Regarding supplies in the virtual classroom, the students obviously need a well-charged laptop. In 6th grade, I will provide a list of all the vocabulary and information that we cover on my Google Classroom page. In 7th grade, in addition to any information posted on Google Classroom page, The 7th graders will have access to the online French textbook. I will demonstrate in class how they can access the online textbook. They will also, in 7th grade, have 2 French workbooks, and they may write directly in those workbooks, and at various times I will assign pages from those workbooks, and we will go through the answers during our synchronous sessions. I look forward to meeting your sons and daughters at some point during the school year, and we look forward to having a great year at Glasgow. I will wish you a bonsoir and good night.